No, we're so sorry. We've just been talking for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, we thought we were talking to
Yeah,
people,
absolutely. So thanks, Lobster, for
thanks for sticking around.
thanks for sticking around. And
Maybe you'll be able to watch the start later.
I don't know. We were recording,
Yeah.
so maybe it'll go in the. So thanks, Lobster. Yeah. I don't know. Thanks for sticking around.
And I gotta stop that. Okay, now we're good.
Now we're good.
Professionals.
Actually,
absolutely professional at what we do.
Yeah.
Every week.
We know how to do this. Yeah, we just talked a whole bunch about a lot of things. And I don't know if anybody's going to see it, but thank you so much for telling us we weren't live because we didn't click the button.
Should I start again by playing the game for a bit?
Yeah, you start again by playing the game for a bit, and we'll try this again. Yeah, sorry for the late start. Awesome. I'm really glad to know it's working.
Yeah, I'm glad you told us it wasn't too, because we would have just been sitting here.
All right, I'm gonna try to say everything I said when I thought we were live. I'm gonna try to say it again, but
use
I'm gonna
the
be
exact same words.
I'm gonna be a lot more succinct. So we got rocks we could throw. We got clubs we can hit with. And really today, my job was to figure out how to get both the rocks and the clubs to like impact goblins properly. So like I'm pretty happy with how that rock bounces off them and like knocks them away, and you don't have to apologize for anything.
Yeah.
We apologize for being bad at
We'll get better.
You know what? I don't apologize. It's a learning experience. I take it back. It took him down. Yeah. So today I was really working on a system to get these rocks impacting properly. This week kind of has been, other than like getting the base throw functionality in, this week has kind of been about cleaning up the last of our like physics interaction scripts and getting everything like out of like just out of the actual classes, like the actual mono behaviors that are running all this stuff, and into some scriptable objects so that we can like swap them out very easily on the fly. And that's what's going on. So what's happening now is when you throw, so like the rock has some piece settings, right? And the piece settings govern how it interacts with physics. And when you throw the rock, it swaps out to active piece settings. And if you crit with the rock, it swaps out to critical piece settings for the rock. And that's how items are going to work. The club works the exact same way, but I added...
I'm trying to find one. I can't.
Yeah, it's because it's random. Like, sometimes they just don't spawn.
The RNG.
Yeah, and I'm actually too lazy to just, like, set up a proper test map. So I probably waste more time looking for clubs so I can test them than I actually do. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like to at people... Like, I don't like to at everyone too often, because...
I'll just pop a message in, though.
It can be obnoxious. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to do it too often. Speaking into my void is, you know, that's a pastime. National sport. All right. We're all good.
I spent my week playing with physics joints.
Yeah, you got this this lever, which we're gonna make great use of.
Yeah. I'm trying to set this up so it can control all sorts of things.
Right now, it can control this puncher.
Yeah.
You can go show that off.
Thanks for sticking around, Tob.
Tob? Yeah. So we were also saying that how it wobbles around like that, I really like it. I really like it, and it's not intentional, apparently.
I guess we're just gonna keep it.
Yeah, we should just keep it for sure. They're still jumping randomly,
yeah, they've got the hops.
It's definitely happening a lot less. Whatever we did to fix it, we managed to fix that. So, that's pretty great.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I overshot it. Here, I'm gonna restart again so I could have a club.
Yeah, we need a club. We need to get a club in. So the thing about the club that works differently than the rock. So like the rock, you throw the rock, you can swap out the piece settings. That's fine. But the club can exist in two separate states, right? When the club's on the ground, it's got its own rigid body. But when the goblin is holding the club, when you want to hit something with it, the club is actually part of the goblin. It's an extension of the goblin's body. It becomes part of the goblin's puppet.
One with the club.
So today I created and see, this is what I mean. Sometimes it doesn't work. Like sometimes the club and the only thing I could figure is like you drop the club and you pick it up again. Because like the item isn't getting assigned correctly. I don't know. I had so many debug logs just like
trying to figure that
figure out what's going on. Oh, you got him.
I got myself too.
You got yourself too. You got played. What was I saying about the club? Yeah, I created a special prop piece, like an extension of our hittable puppet piece. Is a hittable prop piece that it gets an item assigned to it when it becomes active, because the prop muscles aren't active generally. Yeah, I think the UI for the charger bar is pretty good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a lot more UI. And it'll be like my 5th UI overhaul for this game.
Yeah.
Which is okay, because I get a little closer every time.
I think all the UI that you made, I'm going to just use. Because I think it's all good. It's all very quite good.
The rock is great.
The one thing I'm missing from like the alpha though is like the slow-mo.
Yeah, we got
slow-mo close-up on rock impact. I think like only if you crit, I'd want to switch to a like a fly-behind camera that like follows the rock in and then goes slow-mo when it's about to impact.
Yeah.
We could do that again. We can do that again.
I totally think we could cut away to cinematic cameras for...
Yeah, and then just swap back to your goblin. To me, they're just other controllers, right? They're other controllers that don't have any control, so that they stop you from moving your goblin around. And then you can just cut away to a cinematic camera, just like for a few seconds to see someone really get crunked.
Yeah.
Because that's like the core appeal of the game, right? Is to see goblins getting crunked.
Yeah, you want a good view of that.
Yeah. You want to really know when you use an item, especially. So anyway, the prop muscle. There's a special extension of the piece that gets an item connected to it, and then it uses those item settings to calculate all of the things we went through in the list, right? Instead of the puppet piece, the puppet settings. But it only overrides it for those like specific things that the item can do that the puppet can't, and it still uses all its puppet settings to do all the puppet stuff. And if that was working 100%, then it'd be great.
But not quite.
No, there's something going on where I don't think it syncs up with the item correctly. I don't know. I was like just desperately smashing in debug logs to try to figure out where it was. And it kind of got to the point that Duncan, that's my dog, he was just like lying beside me, and he was just crying as loud as he could. And that's when you know you're like, oh, maybe I've become obsessed. And
you could tell.
And it's like 5:30, and I haven't looked up from the computer, and my dog's mad at me. So
He's like,
So I guess that's that.
bro, just do it tomorrow.
Just do, yeah. It's like you don't have to do it all right now. I really feel like I do sometimes, especially when you're like halfway through a problem. That guy's dead.
Yeah,
He's dead, Jim.
he's gonna still make noise.
Yeah, he's still gonna make noise. I haven't fixed that. I want to go in and do all the voice work. I say I'm gonna do UI next week, so I'm not gonna do all the voice work next week. But I guess like at some point we need to go in and do all the voice work.
I'm gonna do a bunch of audio stuff. I've committed to that.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Find a club and club a guy.
Can I take this guy?
No, you can't.
No, it's part of him.
It's part of him. It is part. It is part of him. Yeah.
As discussed.
As discussed. But they should drop them.
Yeah.
Really, I want to get a system where, like, if the prop muscle takes enough damage, like maybe like the prop muscle has a little damage counter on it, or maybe it's just like a threshold where it's like if it takes enough damage in a single impact, then the goblins drop it.
Then you could like throw a rock to knock the club out of someone's hand.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And we just have to like tune those scales. I want to club a guy though.
I'm gonna
Give that to me. Give it to me. Thank you. Yeah, they're all falling again. It actually seems like they're all spawning in the air again. We had that problem before, and then it went away without me doing anything, and now it's back without me doing anything. So I don't really know about that.
It's the quantum goblin.
It is the quantum. Hey, all these guys are kind of blue.
Yeah, it's true.
I think we need to make this
rare.
a little bit easier to pull.
You just need to make it so he only grabs it at the top.
Which, that's pretty hard. That's harder than you think. I think it really just we need like a check, like a Boolean check on the piece settings that says like, is this grabbable?
Well, if the yeah, we do need to do that anyway.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if the pull part of it didn't have a hittable piece, then he would not grab it.
Yeah. It's something like Schrodinger's cat. It makes more sense though. There's no clubs again. Like, are they? Oh yeah, there's one. They need to be a little bit more visible somehow. We put the white on them, so like hopefully this works now, because it wasn't working before. Yeah, that wasn't bad. That's kind of what we want. That's what I want, you know? Yeah, so like when it works, I think it works well, but for some reason it doesn't always get the updated settings. Yeah, like that guy's dead because it has so much extra damage done on the club. Yeah, so sometimes maybe it's just the root, like their root settings, like they're rooting too hard, or something. Do you want to check out boosts?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's check out the boosts. All right.
He broke his neck. Jeez.
Yeah, they're bouncing around. We talked about that too in the 15 minutes. Joel put them on the ground layer, and now they're bouncing around.
Oh, yes. And you know why I did that?
Why?
Now that I thought about it, why I didn't put them on the collision layer?
Yeah.
Because obstacles can't collide with obstacles. But collision collides with obstacles.
Collision collides with, okay. So
but
now there needs to be
obstacles to collide with the ground. So I created obstacle ungrounded.
Obstacle ungrounded.
Yes.
Obstacle ungrounded is the layer that collides with the ground.
No other way around.
Okay. We got to think of the name because
Well,
we'll
obstacle collides with the ground. Obstacle ungrounded does not collide with the ground.
Ah. All right. That works. So down here on the right hand, we should have a grab boost. So let's pop this grab boost open. Let's take a look at what we're getting. So the grab boost kicks into effect when the goblin starts grabbing something, and it ends when he stops grabbing something. The boost signal priority only matters if like a piece can only have one boost at a time, and it will take whatever boost has the highest signal priority. And like if the boost ends, it'll always go back to its default settings. It won't it doesn't create like a list or a stack of boosts that have been applied, because that'd be a nightmare. So one boost at a time per piece. If you really want the boost to take effect, no matter what, you put a high signal priority. And if not, I think most of the time there's only ever going to be one boost in place.
It's just like a fail-safe.
If you tick this, apply boost to all pieces, you can just go into this default override settings, and you could just go and grab a boost. Maybe we'll grab the max goblin boost. Here, max boost.
It's going to be like super boosted.
Yeah, so if we want to go and look at the max goblin boost, this is how I've set it up. This is mostly arbitrary. I haven't had enough time picking around. But you can change their sound effects and their collision effects when they're boosted.
Right.
So I'm thinking ahead, because I really want a goblin to sprint down a hill and shoulder tackle a guy out of the way.
So he gets a boost that would make him say something different.
Yeah, or a boost that changes the hit sound effect, or just different collision effects. We could put a big spark or something. I don't know. Yeah. That's your department. But having particle collision effects, I think, that are kind of cartoony and abstract a little bit, I think might really make things pop when we get to that point. But here's the real thing: it's immunity. So that means he cannot unpin. 0 means he can unpin as normal. 1 means they cannot unpin at all. It's impossible.
Right.
And 0.95, they're pretty resistant, but they're not perfectly resistant. Here, let's try that. Let's give him just a lot of immunity on the grab boost. Where was it? We were on the hand. Okay. We're looking at the grab boost. So you can put that in there. You can hit apply boost to all pieces. That means he's going to get all of that when he's grabbing something. I don't think that's what we want to do, right?
Right.
So I'm going to untick that. And we're going to go do some part-specific stuff. So this is the right-hand grab. So we probably want the right hand, the right lower arm, the right upper arm, and maybe the chest. And these should all get the max boost settings.
Right, so his legs will still...
Yeah, so the way this is set up is that these are the settings that will apply during the boost to these pieces. If this isn't checked, they're the only pieces that will be boosted. If this is checked, all of the pieces will get this, other than the ones that have overrides. I've double-checked this. It's working. I'm pretty happy with it. I think Sweet. It's pretty slick. But anyway, I don't... Here.
And we'll have to do the...
We could do none there, because we got the overrides.
Do the same for the left hand?
Yeah, we'll do the same for the left hand, but a different path, I think. Boop. Well, let's go to the hand. There we go. We got a grab boost. Actually, if you add this in, you don't have to add it in twice, right? Left hand, left lower arm, left upper arm, chest. All right, so that should work. Pretty sure that'll work. You want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Just save here. All right.
He should have a much better time grabbing.
Yeah, I think you should be able to grab things without falling over. Oh, not there. It's only his chest, right? Like, his legs are still going to be wibbly wobbly. Huh. Maybe it's not working. That's entirely possible. Maybe I turned off the grab boost.
Interesting.
Well then. Can you push into the guy? Like, grab him and run at him. Just grab him and run forward. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he's definitely boosting. Nice.
So is he falling over from the fences because of their impulse settings?
Yeah, well, we probably just have to go through and play with all the settings on everything. I am going to introduce boosting to breakables, too. So when they break, they're going to get boosted for a little while. You know? Like, because I think that'll be a way to, you know, make them breaking be meaningful. Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like we've got a pretty good foundation. I think like in the Discord, Dr. Spock was like, I want a big goblin catapult. And I've been thinking about that since he put it in there, because I think we could make it with all of the parts we have currently. Yeah. Like, you just throw some springs to 4 posts, which you've already made. And then you put, like, maybe one of the fence pieces, you just put it up on its side. You attach it to the springs with some joints. Yeah. You put 2 little handles that the goblin could grab onto, and then you back into it. You pull yourself back and you jump, and it probably just launch you. And you probably wouldn't have to write any code at all. And
that's
really,
cool thing.
Really cool to me. That's a very exciting place for the project to be.
Like, even the punches that I set up, there's very little code going on there.
Yeah, like, you had to do minimal scripting that we can set up. Yeah, I'd love a trebuchet. I'd love a trebuchet. Well, actually, when Joel put the lever in, that's kind of what I thought of, right? It's just like maybe not like a trebuchet, but like an onager. Like, you know, like one of the traditional catapults with the arm that, like, snaps up. And then you could, like, you know, you could, like, drag a goblin over and you could put him in there.
Can I do this?
You can do that.
That's great.
You can only do that when it works, though. When the club isn't working, you can't do that.
Oh.
I wish we got the right target in the dismount, just so we could have seen all that. You hit him nice and hard, though. You got the home run bat sound effect. See, now it's not working. Now it's just like, nah. No, not gonna work. But it's so weird, because it's giving me my log. It says club active piece settings. Those are the right ones. Those are the right settings.
Does it have something to do with this guy?
I don't know. I put logs everywhere trying to figure it out. You know what? It's probably one of those things where it's like, I tried so hard to figure it out that I can't do it, so I just have to stop. Yeah, I'm gonna go and help some folks move the next 2 days. So
you'll have lots of time.
I'll have a lot of time to think about it, and I'll have a little bit of a break from the scripting, so that'll be good.
You can't pull on that.
No. That shouldn't always unpin you anymore, though.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Excellent.
But it does weigh, like...
a lot?
100 mass units.
So it'll just rip you out of the ground. Yeah, I really like how it starts wobbling like that. Because it seems so menacing when it's, like, boppling around like that. To me that works. To me, that works. Hey, maybe? Maybe. Can I check?
Sure.
Can I check? Because I.
If you're having a brain blast.
Yeah, I. Well, that's. Maybe it does have something to do with our targeter and. Because there is an extra boost. So the targeter has 2 boosts. One is to get the the things like rigid, so that you can actually aim the club a little bit up and down. And then the other boost is supposed to go onto the club itself. And maybe when they're right-handed, this is my thinking right now, when they're right-handed, the boost in the right-handed slot has a priority that is higher than the boost on the item piece. Would that do anything? That might not do anything, because it. All right. Well, let's just go look. Oh wait, we're not. That's the wrong place. Hey, what's going on here? Why don't you? Oh yeah, here they are. Rocks and clubs. It's just collapsed. So here's our right-handed boost. It has 0 priority. That also has 0 priority. So that's not it. All right, I give up. I don't know. I don't know.
Because it's just on the club, eh?
Yeah, so it's just oh no, these aren't being applied to anything, right? Here, let's set this up again. This is thrilling dev stream that everybody's here to watch us fiddle with settings.
Because that would start with the prop? That'd start with the right-hand prop?
No, because I want to apply the item overrides to the prop. I know, maybe we should start with the prop. All right, we're going to try it. We're going to start with the prop. We're going to the right hand. We're going to the right lower arm. We're going to go to the right upper arm. And the left hand one. We are going to left hand prop. Oh, max. Left hand prop. Left hand.
Lobster's on the edge of his seat.
Left lower arm. There is a little giddy little thrill when you fix a problem.
You gotta put in the boost settings.
I gotta put in the boost. Oh, why didn't it keep them? Okay. Edge of your seat. Absolute suspense. Will it work? Who knows? They were identical before, so I actually don't think we solved any problems. But, who knows? Who knows? You want to try it?
Yeah.
I really hope that was the issue, but I don't think that it was.
I just need to find a club.
Yeah. We could just make some club spawners, so they're guaranteed to spawn. That wouldn't be that hard. But then you wouldn't get to walk around, and you wouldn't get to hear any of the cool music. We wouldn't see what's happening in Gobland this week.
Is there one down here?
Yeah, that's the other thing. I think there needs to be a little system to sleep the rigid bodies on the items.
Yeah, so they don't bounce around.
Yeah, in our alpha there, we were swapping the colliders, so they'd have a cube collider and a capsule collider. Yeah. And I just don't want to do that. I think if we just sleep them quicker and keep them as capsule colliders, because box colliders are inefficient, and then it's just another collider you have to store in memory, right?
Yeah.
If we don't need it, we don't need it.
Turn their friction up and then sleep them, or... Did
you find a club?
I dropped one down here.
There's one by that cactus there. It's gonna be hard to get because it's right tucked in beside the cactus, which you're probably not gonna get without bopping into the cactus.
Please.
Nice.
I'm just trying to play test.
You don't have to hit a goblin necessarily. Like you could hit a fence or you could hit a.
I'm not gonna make it.
You're not gonna make it.
And now the club is.
And now the club has been taken up. You're just gonna try.
We're just trying to extend the suspense.
Darn. You want to try to play like an actual match?
Sure.
After we figure out if this worked, right? We could just go duplicate all the spawners and then have one spawner that spawns a club for sure and one spawner that spawns a rock for sure. Yeah, it's working. But like, and he's right-handed now?
He's right-handed.
And now it's not working. It definitely worked once.
Yeah.
I don't understand it really. But hey. I don't think that worked. No. Not working. Well, you know. There. That worked. It worked. When it works, it's really good, eh?
Yeah.
So one of the other things I did to try to fix it, and I don't know if it made it worse or better or whatever, but I added a delay. Like there's just a little coroutine that runs when a goblin has to get hit with force, like extra force. It just delays until he's unpinned. So maybe that's what's breaking down. There's something going on that I guess I'll have to figure out on Monday.
Yeah.
But I do like the rock throwing. I think
the rock's spot on, yeah.
Yeah, the rock's spot on. It seems to work every time, basically as intended.
Can we just like triple the impact of the rock?
Yeah.
I just want to see.
Yeah. It's in our piece settings. Physics piece settings. Item settings. Yeah, there's the 3 rocks.
It's here, eh?
Yeah. So those are going to be based on the rock's charge, not its velocity, because items are just work differently. So at max charge, it'll add 250 impulse force. That'll be fun. When you crit, and then this will be like when you don't crit.
Will be
500. All right, it's gonna be pretty absurd. I think we'll get the that bug where their pieces all discombobulate and they start jittering around and like blopping through the air.
It's gonna be too much force.
Yeah, that's what I think.
And of course, now I'm not gonna be able to find a rock.
Yeah, it's gonna be all clubs. All clubs. There are only 3 spawners on each side, so you know, and everything seems to be spawning really aggressively. For some reason, like the goblins are spawning in hard and they bounce down and fall down. Do you use that model for like stress testing stuff? We had a like from the Unity asset store. There's a Banana Man. It's like a free asset. That's what we use to like do all our test ragdolls and stuff. And I think a lot of people like to use it because it's just so poorly optimized. Like it's a terrible, terrible, awful model. Yeah, so that if your game can run fine with it in the game, then like you're okay. You're in good shape.
I actually can't find a rock.
Wow. Well, let's fix this. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. So there's no problem. No, not sandbox setup. Battle setup. Here's our spawners. These guys are gonna only spawn rock clubs. They're all club spawners still, but I don't care. And these guys are only wait. Clubs. And these club spawners are only gonna spawn rocks. We're gonna call them rock spawn.
If you want to send us the croissant, I don't know if it's a croissant or a croissant, but I will put it in the game. I will drop it in the scene right now.
It might not be 3 million polygons. Oh. You know,
you can send that to
bothers me that these aren't numbered correctly.
info@SQYD.studio.
info@SQYD.studio.com. No, wait.
No dot
no
com.
.com. Just dot .studio.
.live.msn.
No .com. We didn't get a .com domain. They're expensive. All right. There. Now there's guaranteed rocks, guaranteed clubs. We should be able to throw a great. Who knows? Joel has a really, really good computer.
Yeah, it might be okay.
It might be fine.
3 million is a lot.
Could you even send it by email? 3 million?
No. Can I?
It's hard to throw a rock when you're
on the bridge.
On the unstable ground. That's all right. You could dig it out someday. Here, give that to me. I'm gonna hit you with a rock, and I'm not gonna do any nonsense like standing on a bridge, because I really just want to see. I'm gonna go to somewhere where I have a clean shot. I'm a little above you. And I'm going to turn you into paste. Goblin paste. Oh. That was anticlimactic, really. I think it's the foot rooting, honestly. We gotta work on how we're doing the foot rooting, because sometimes they just
get disabled for a bit or something.
Yeah. They should get disabled when they unpin for like a second.
Fucking killed him.
He's going down. Here, I'm gonna hit this guy in the leg, and then it'll take care of that foot rooting problem.
It almost seems like it's doing less.
It does seem like it's doing less for some reason, right? And now the club doesn't work. Well, clearly, I like what I did when it works, but it's clearly not working like fully half the time.
Yeah.
And it's very mysterious as to why.
Very interesting.
It didn't seem like more though, you know?
No, it doesn't.
Anyway, that's like a massive debug logs, and
I can't get it.
you can't get it. It's trapped in the crevasse. The crevasse. Oh.
What do you think of me now? I'm taking this. Oh shit.
The wall pulled back. It pulled you back.
I'm sorry I've done this.
So, like, that seemed to work. That didn't seem like 500 impulse force, though.
Should we turn it to 1 million?
Yeah, let's just go nuts. Turn up the club, too. Let's just crank everything to...
Insane.
Yeah. And put the min damage required to unpin down to 0. So we make sure it's always unpinning.
And club.
Yeah, both of them.
Maybe these are the right values.
I want to at least see, like... It should show us when it's working and when it's not very clearly, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do that. Yeah, when in doubt, add more zeros.
It is a pretty good debugging method.
It's
just like it.
I don't think it's working.
No.
I don't think that worked. But, like, maybe it did, because the foot rooting is just like a flat reduction of whatever velocity the guy has. Maybe it's just not working. You didn't change the minimum value. That seemed good.
That was good.
It seems better. Maybe 1 million is right for the club.
Maybe it's the always unpin.
Oh yeah, it's 0 damage. Yeah, that could be it. That could be it. It is calculating damage before the damage multiplier comes into effect, right? So the damages are probably pretty low. They probably don't get over... Put the minimums up to 1 million as well. This is good. This is a good idea. This is a good idea and it'll work.
Yep.
It's interesting. I think you have one too many zeros on the... you have 1 trillion on this one because it went to scientific notation. And I guess it does that after 1 million. It's like... The number is officially really big. Absurdly large because we've got past 1 million. That's what we get.
That should do it.
I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. They'll show us if it's working or not. Yeah, it's working. He's not coming back. And also the game
He's
crashed.
also crashed the game. Okay. Well, there's somewhere in between those.
Well, let's just reduce him by an order of magnitude at the time. He did disappear. Like
he was gone. Yeah.
So this clearly works some of the time, you know.
Maybe the square velocity is lower than we think.
Yeah, it should matter the charge though on the items. I have overrides, so items specifically check for charge. That's so the charge bar actually means something.
Right.
Yeah. It's a force of will. Oh, so it's just like doesn't work, you know? It just doesn't work sometimes.
I was trying to get it, but I was running too fast.
Oh, I've seen this bug before actually.
The
For some reason, your like goblin checker has decided that the rock you dropped way back there is the one you need to pick up. So your RMIK will just like flail after it. I don't know what causes that. It is a known bug. It's on the list. It's another bug for the bug pile. Bug pile is a...
Bug pile.
Yeah, it's like a name of a goblin tavern or something.
Bug pile.
Come on down to the bug pile. Oh, did he crash again? Can you do anything?
Yeah, he crashed it. Okay.
So like honestly it's just the clubs don't work sometimes.
Yeah, that's still a bug.
It seems like the rocks work every time. But the clubs don't work sometimes. Anyway, that's another day. It's probably has something to do with how I have like my my special extra prop class. There he goes.
Also broke the game.
It's majestic.
But that was more grounded in reality.
A little bit. 1,000.
1,000 might be the right. Well,
these ones still aren't working, so you know. It's gotta be like an order of operations thing. It's gotta be like something in how our functions are firing, or I don't know. This is one of the things that I need to go to sleep, and it'll come to me, because I really wanted the clubs to be working today.
Well, hopefully, you could at least glean some information from this.
Well, that was good, actually.
That was really good.
That was really good. That's what I want Rock to do.
Maybe 1,000.
Get a 2 for 1. Get
2 for 1 special here.
2 like 1,000 is a lot, but what do I know? What do I?
Sometimes I have to turn the spring on the joints up to like 30,000. I feel like this is too much, but it's the right number.
Those guys are dead.
Yep.
Ooh. Ever found a bug that no one else? I don't know. My game making career is shorter than Joel's, who's been doing it for like 7 years.
During
7 years.
During our first alpha, when we were making that for Watch Out for Goblins, we had a one-off bug. Only happened to me one time, where a goblin died, and then the club started floating into the sky.
It was great. It was amazing.
And he just flew away by the club.
Yeah, he like Mary Poppins out, and we've never reproduced it.
Only happened one time.
But yeah, there's been a bunch of times where I've been frustrated by like some property of Unity or another, and I've gone looking on forums and stuff for the answer, and it's just like I can't find the answer on the internet. So eventually I give up and just try something else. The club's working now.
Yeah.
It's working. Why is it working now? I know what's happening though, eh? It's if a goblin dies, it's going into the dismount camera and it's looking at them, but it's never exiting back out of the dismount camera.
Right.
So it crashes every time a goblin dies when you're not in dismount, which is a big bug. It's pretty game breaking.
Yeah, it's a pretty big one.
Pretty big game breaking.
But it that was working.
But yeah, like it happens all the time that I'll have a problem that no one else seems to have, or at least no one else has talked about in like forums or something online. And when that happens, I just give up and I try something else. Because there's like a million ways to shave a cat. Is that a saying? Is that something humans say in English?
A million ways to shave
there's
a
a million.
cat.
There's a million ways to shave a cat, and you know, there's usually a way around whatever problem you're having if you just look for it. Yeah, Unity's documentation is like really. Some of it is very good, and some of it is very...
I played myself.
I think the rock, so I think when you released the rock, it hit your arm for one frame, and it launched you back because it's got such a ridiculous launch strength on it. And now it's not working at all. That's so
really curious.
So weird. That guy's dead. And there you go. And there you go. Yeah, he got hit by his own rock for sure. That's definitely what happened. I think we have to play with the throw point. Right now I just set up, like, I got to play with where the IK ends and, like, where the actual rock release is in the frame of the animation. And there's so much little tweaking to do in the next little while, I think.
Yeah.
I think once I get the UI in, once we get some maybe I'll put some bombs in, get the UI working properly, get good turn order controls. And then it's just going to be like months of tweaking and adding new animations, I think. The only problem with this is that, like, it instantly kills them.
Yeah.
For sure, for real. Do you want to do the split screen? Leave these.
That should just be 1,000 and maybe this is 500.
Cool.
Split screen?
Yeah, let's split screen. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see how it goes.
Good way to round off our stream.
Yeah. Next week we should build a level together because
yes.
I want to learn what you know about Gina, and I think it'd be fun to do it on stream, and I think it would, like, showcase how easy it is just, like, snap stuff together.
Yeah, totally. I like that idea. And we could take suggestions from chat, and it would just be a fun thing.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be a cool time.
Split screen.
All right. This happened. What a log that is. All right, here we are. I still think audio in split screen is not working. Is this thing just off?
Huh, it's missing a lever.
It's missing a lever? There should be a lever on the side?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what Sam and I noticed? Here, come look over here. You see? Notice something's missing?
What?
I'll give you a second. I'll give you a second to figure it out. There's something missing. But they are still there. They're just invisible.
The cacti.
Yeah, Sam and I were playing, and we were like, at first we were like, why are we falling down? Why are we falling down all the time? But the cactuses are invisible in split screen, and that's just another thing that just appeared. It was like, well, so now we have an invisible cactus field.
Because of the sorting layers.
Has to have something to do with the index layer. Like, maybe the cactuses got moved to not appear on both player layers. I don't know. Oof. Are you dead?
Am I?
No, you're back. You're fine. Split screen doesn't break when somebody dies because it's just supposed to respawn. It only breaks because there's no cactuses available. And also there's no sound because haven't figured out how to do split screen audio.
I do want to use 3D audio too, so.
Yeah. Like, that might just be the first player gets 3D audio. Or maybe when it's split screen, we just go to 2D audio. We just spawn all our audio clips with 2D audio.
Me and my squad.
Aw, man. It's probably like a couple of gigabytes at least. So maybe it's a good thing you don't have it. Did you make it in Blender or something?
Lovingly crafted all the flakes.
Well, that's probably healthier to put in our game. So it's the low quality model. Oh no! Ow!
You gotta watch out for goblins.
I didn't know rocks had spawned.
It's the whole name of the game.
You gotta deal with the invisible cactus patch.
I know where they all are. I put them there.
Oh no. I can't know away from you. I'm out of here. Yeah. I'm dead. I'm so dead. I'm so dead. Oh man. Man, when I play alone, like when I'm at home, just like trying to hunt bugs and find bugs, the game is way less fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's for sure a multiplayer thing. It's more fun when you have people.
Yeah, you want... Holy shit.
What happened?
I clubbed the corpse.
And it just lifted?
Yeah, it launched him.
Okay, I'm gonna run into your club. And we're gonna test it. And we're gonna see if it has powers. Doesn't seem to have any powers. Now hit me with it. Joel might. He built a really nice computer here. I'd like to build a new PC. If I had more money, I would do that in a heartbeat. I like building PCs. It's a lot of fun. Was kind of waiting for the... It doesn't take that long. It's kind of like building IKEA furniture, like a Lego set. You get like your motherboard, and it's got a... You read the manual, and you connect all the pieces in the right place, and then you got a computer. Yeah. Or you mean to like render the model?
Yeah. Oh.
We're going. Yeah.
You can't slide on me like a toboggan.
I like how if you like jump when you're grabbing a goblin, you'll like do this just naturally you'll do this wacky wrestling move like WWE. Uh-oh.
It's a goblin party. We like to end our streams with a goblin party.
Like that's something Leon does in like Resident Evil 4, like his suplex maneuver. You grab on, you jump. You really just slam yourself into the ground.
I'm surprised how well this is
Holding up.
Yeah.
With all these goblins. Did we just make a bunch more? I feel like we just made a bunch more. There's a lot here.
It is a goblin party for real.
I am surprised how well it's doing because we did the same thing. We had the same bug happen last week in the other map, and it did not handle it as this well at all.
Maybe
also, I'm stuck.
Cursed about that.
I'm stuck in a jump loop where I keep jumping, which is definitely something I could. Yeah, help me. Help pull me out of the jump
hold
loop.
You down.
I'll hold you down. Stop me from jumping. Yeah, I'm actually surprised it like is handling them all because they're all like there's no. So like a lot of times things will get culled when they're off screen. Like it's just like a common trick in games that like if the thing isn't on screen then it's not really rendered, so it saves on time. But because we want everything to be physically simulated, like these guys are rendering. Like they might not be rendering, but they're. Like their mesh is active when they're off screen. Yes. So like, yeah, all of this is just live and it seems to be handling it really well. Like really well for the number of goblins we got. Try to run into a whole bunch of them. Try to crash it. Oh. Well, the clear shot cameras are getting very confused when you run out of stamina, which you can't really see right now. You know, it's a bug. It's sometimes when you're in split screen and both players die at the same time, I think, it'll just spawn a whole bunch of goblins. Like a whole bunch. It doesn't crash, but they just all spawn and then they hang around. And it's weird too because like there aren't this many goblins in the pool. Like there are only 10 goblins in the pool. But somehow it's spawning more.
It's the quantum goblin, man.
No, our pools have a special thing. Like if the pool is empty, then it will instantiate new stuff. at runtime. That was just like a feature of the pool when I started using it, and I've never gotten rid of it. But I kind of feel like maybe you don't want to do that, because like part of what an object pool does to me is that it keeps, like, you can keep track of how many things, you know. You could be like, here's the hard limit on the number of things I want, because there's that many. Yeah, they breed like goblins, man.
This is how it's supposed to be.
It's working.
This is how we program.
Look at those guys.
The game.
Look at those guys.
They're buddies.
They have some good camaraderie. I want to walk over there, but I'm caught in the jump loop. So
they really are buddies, though.
Yeah. They're like Irish drinking buddies. Hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, they do look like they have a really
a strong bond,
a really good relationship.
And they're red and blue, so it's like a crossing the lines kind of thing.
Yeah. I don't think I have anything else I want to show off or talk about. Oh, did we crash it? Did we crash it?
Patch of goblins.
Ooh. Yeah, I think we're getting there. Yeah. I don't particularly have anything else I want to talk about right now.
No. Just that
have a lot of fun.
This is our vision.
When we do these streams. It actually is really disturbing. Just seeing like the big pile of corpses where they all died. There's something wrong with that. What I think should happen, this is my thinking right now, is that so when a goblin dies, they're a corpse on the ground, and it resets their damage taker and gives them like 200 health or something like that. And then when they run out of health, they dissolve into mud and they're gone. They're off the battlefield. But then like the corpse is an obstacle for a while, and like maybe you could figure out a way to throw it at somebody, and like that'd be a lot of fun. But it won't do that, and you won't have like a big pile of goblins, and you know. There's something disrespectful about that mess going on.
We could even put the stars over their head, Looney Tunes style.
Anyway, someday we're gonna sit down. We're gonna do this stream because I do like doing it weekly. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna sit down and we're gonna do it, and the game is gonna be bug free.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a game.
And it's gonna be a game. That's not. It's never gonna be bug free. It might be a game. One of these weeks, it might be a game. Maybe next week. Probably the week after.
It might be reminiscent of a game next week.
Reminiscent of a game. It depends how long it takes to figure out what's going on with our items right now. Because, like, I definitely spent all afternoon on it. And I'm as confused as when I started. So, that's that.
Hopefully we gleaned some information from turning things to 1 million.
Yeah. So thanks, Lobster, and whoever else is hanging out, if anybody else is. I really like doing this. It's a lot of fun.
It's a blast. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.